Welcome and good morning at the Casa del Cielen. Today, we have got a big day as we are going to show you a day in life and what we actually eat to get huge. Some changes have been made and we are going into our off-season push-up now. So that means that both me and Meg have got a lot more food in place. So we're going to show you what we eat and we're going to show you what you can actually make with your food to make it more palatable and to make it a little bit more tasty. So I'm going to show you how to make protein pancakes tonight for the last meal. Now, Meg loves pancakes. So I have been making either a baked cookie for her or pancakes. Now, I'm not going to have pancakes, so I'm going to make the baked cookie for myself. And I'm going to make pancakes for Meg. So you're not only going to get a full day of eating, but you will get a full day of how can you make your food delicious and easy to eat in an off season or tasty in prep, which I do think plays a huge role. So one thing to note, guys, if you want to make the perfect cream of rice, this is the main tool that you need. Big bowl, obviously that's a standard, but if you want cream of rice with no bits, and if you want it for perfect texture, you do need a whisk. So that is an essential utensil that you need for a successful meal one. My meal one actually hasn't changed in years. It has been an omelette, whey, and cream of rice since probably 2016. Now, if you want to make the perfect omelette, what you do need to do is make sure you warm your pan up. I actually like to use avocado spray, which again, is a tiny bit of spray that you use. It's probably like half a calorie, but you just keep the pan nice and moist. Otherwise, alternatively, what I do is I use a little bit of oil in the squirter. Get this. Wipe the oil off, get the pan ready. And now, if you want to make the perfect omelette, make sure you bring your pan to high heat and then put it into low heat. Now, if you want the perfect eggs, scrambled eggs, same drill, but a little bit different. So you're gonna have to watch this now. What I like to do is put them on the pan, let them cook for a little while. And then, once they've cooked for a little while, what I do like to do is give them a little bit of mix now. And then actually take it off the pan. A dry egg is never the best. So, if you want your eggs tasty, you want to make them a little bit soft. So that is a quick, easy method on how you can make the perfect scrambled egg. Final touches on the breakfast. Blueberries, Tesco are absolutely tremendous actually. So that is the choice of fruit for meal one. What I notice, guys, across the day is I have fruit with most of my meals. Now, anybody that tells you that you shouldn't have fruit for whatever reason, they do not have a basic understanding of nutrition. So if anyone tells you not to have fruit for whatever reason, please ignore them. I have fruit with most of my meals, both in prep and off season. So let's make the paste, which is going to be the topping for the cream of rice. So 40 grams of whey, today's choice. The caramel biscuit is actually insane. I actually do 40 grams of water because it does have very nice consistency with that, where you can top it onto your fruit or your cream of rice. So that is how I like to do it. So my breakfast is 3 whole eggs, 20 mils of egg whites, 40 grams of whey, 100 grams of cream of rice, and 100 grams of blueberries. So food is getting higher in comparison to what you will have seen before on the channel. What you'll notice, guys, as we go across the day as well, food only increases from this as well. So we do have a lot more in place now than we actually had before now. Salt intake, another one that is extremely important. I actually measure all my salt out in a little Tupperware for the day. So I have 15 grams of salt, Meg has 12 grams of salt. And that does us both for the entirety of the day. The age-old question, right? How much salt do you need? Well, how much do you train? How much do you weigh? I think anyone generally that is going to exercise with the frequency that we do, with obviously morning steps, cardio, and with training at night, I think 8 to 10 grams of salt a day is a minimum of what you should be taking. However, if you're using seasonings that already have a ton of salt, then you might want to lower that direct salt intake down. I don't actually use any seasonings that have a ton of salt, so my salt intake needs to be quite high relative to how much water I drink and how much I train. Now, meal number one, at the moment, I'm having at 7:15 every single day. So it did say 7:15 when I actually sat down. So today, I'm actually going to speak to you about daily routine and the importance of your daily routine and habits. But first, I'm going to eat meal number one and savour it. Now, Meg, she normally turns up at 7:30 and eats hers, but my food is higher, so I do like to make sure that my meal one goes in latest 7:15. And generally, as my food gets higher, I will probably bring that back to like 7 AM as well, deep into the off season.
Obviously just going to have breakfast, as Kuba's mentioned. Obviously food's gone up a little bit. For me personally, I love to eat bread. It digests really well for me. Some people it doesn't. Like, I don't enjoy rice that much. I eat it because it's a good staple whole food, and things like pasta don't really digest very well for me. So that's why I utilise a little bit of bread, or a lot of bread, could we say. So with my meal one, I actually have 150 grams of bread now. The last time you saw it, I think it was 100 grams. My calories from the last time we did a little video, I think I've gone up by about 1,000 calories, so quite a lot. Which I'm actually very happy for, because obviously it means that we can start to really get to work on growing. For me, food is a real good growing agent. Don't like to rely upon anything else, so food and good hard training is the most important thing. One thing to actually note that's really increased recently is my protein intake. Obviously I'm quite a little bit bigger than what I used to be, so that's why protein intake has gone a little bit higher. Me and Kuba had a conversation when we were in Colombia about it. I think that my protein intake hadn't changed too much since I was a bikini competitor, so I'm obviously a lot bigger than when I was 46 kilos on stage, so obviously protein's gone up with that, given the fact that right now I'm sat at about 72 kilos, so, and I'm not out of shape. So protein is higher, I feel fuller in the gym off the back of it, no digestive issues off the back of it, so it was definitely a good decision to increase the protein. See how that obviously fares with regards to growing in this little bit of off season, but for now I'm going to eat my eggs, which is 4 whole eggs, 150 grams of sourdough, and 100 grams of berries along the side as well.
Baseline steps pretty much stay at around 8 to 10,000 a day, and to be honest, they don't really change year round that much. When I start dieting, I just tend to make my morning walk a little bit longer, but apart from that, expenditure stays the same. It's just more so manipulating the calories up and down to get the job done. And eventually I always get to a point in my off season where calories are so high, I've got that much to pull from, I can get in shape easily without the need for cardio or extra steps. Now, one thing to note, guys, most people don't track the steps. As they get into calorie deficit, they actually move less. So when they don't track the steps naturally come down as the energy does. So just sustaining your steps will actually keep you in a net deficit, which is the most important thing if you want to lose weight, or bring your steps down to keep you in a surplus if you want to gain weight as well. So do your steps, track your steps, diet smart, not hard. I want to talk to you about daily routine and importance of sustaining good habits that you may have created in your diet phase or not. Now, naturally, anyone who's looking to be a successful bodybuilder or successful at anything you do in life, you need structure and systems in place. So your daily routine and your good habits, whether it's taking small little wins or simply getting up on time to be early for work or to actually start your work if you work for yourself, I think these little things contribute to long-term success. So little habits, little 1% things that you can do on a daily basis, over time will compound into big success. The one thing that most people fail at when it comes to long-term progression, long off seasons or prep, is not upholding daily routine and the good habits that often lead to success over time. So you want to get good at anything, guys, make sure you build up and stack these good habits in place that in essence will lead to growth and progress across all your areas of life. I've got more work to do now. A lot of work already got boxed off first thing in the morning, but the grind never stops, as people like to say. The people that always say, always busy grinding. It's like, yeah, I am busy grinding, but I'm just very efficient at my work and very organised, which means that I'm on top of my shit. And when you're on top of your shit, you can get a lot more done than you think. That will return me back to importance of upholding a great routine. It does allow you to get more done. Now, plan of action for today. I've got work to do now, more client updates, client feedback on the form clips as well. Then we have our meeting for MK coaching with our coach Charlotte at 10 o'clock as well. Just recently we've launched MK Excellence Coaching Program and it has gone down a treat. Plenty of amazing feedback from coaches and athletes that have signed up to it. So there's just extra work that I had to do with planning and content for that, but we are already kind of set content-wise for the next 12 weeks, which is amazing. But I'm definitely excited to get the course moving because the way it works, it's an interactive course and obviously all the content gets saved for people to rewatch, but the longer people stay on it, the more access they get to more content as well. So it's something that I feel like has already benefited many, and I definitely feel like we've exceeded people's expectations, which is always nice because when you launch something like this, you always aim to do your best, but when you get the feedback from people that are doing it and they say that you've actually exceeded expectations for the course, I think that's always going to, give us a bit of a boost in confidence and further solidify that we are on the right track for the vision that we've kind of created for the course as well. So happy days, busy days, but that's what we're like. I'm not one of the bodybuilders that likes to just sit on his arse all day. If I was one of the bodybuilders that sit on their arse all day, I think it would actually take away from a training, because training for me and bodybuilding, it's a very special time, right? It's a time that allows me to just focus on me. And naturally, the busier I am, the kind of more special it is. So as long as, none of this is taken away from training, which it doesn't, if anything, it complements it because it keeps me in a better structure and routine. So, I think being busy at times can actually work hand in hand to a degree. As long as you're not getting stressed and as long as you're not kind of seeing yourself overwork, I think, your business can actually complement bodybuilding. It just all depends on your approach and, what you like mentally and how well you can kind of handle things as well. Have that for free, guys. if you don't warm your food up on a pan, I don't know why would you not. It's a massive game changer. Your food not only tastes better, I'm a massive believer that if your food tastes better and actually smells good, it's been seasoned well, you will digest it better because you actually want to eat it. The last thing you want to do is sit there, chew your food twice, take a massive swag of water, and then swallow your food. That's just one way to never be able to get great digestion. So if you are that guy, reconsider your approach. So we have 100 grams of fillet steak, 125 grams of chicken, 100 grams of rice, and 100 grams of pineapple, 75 grams of veg, which is my meal number 2. If I've cut chicken in an air fryer, what I do like to do is actually pull it apart. Quite easier to eat. See, the food is always prepared in the fridge, and then we'll literally take it out, dish it on the plates, and get it ready. Now, it's just so much more efficient that way, and saves us a lot of time and hassle. Well, it saves me a lot of time and hassle. Meg does the bulk cooking, which is amazing. So it does help tremendously. Now, food's done, ready for the next meal. Now, it's time for our weekly MK coaching meeting. So, begin that and you can see some highlights from it. So we've got 150 grams of raw weight rice, 200 grams of chicken, 100 grams of pineapple I've already eaten, and 50 grams of veg. As you can see, cooked on the pan to perfection. We have a lot of bit of American and GQ sauce. Big up Cam Ward for sending me over. So, time to get stuck in. Right, my people, so post-workout time. We have got 150 grams of Trained by JP cream of rice. I actually forgot how good the vanilla flavour is. Now, generally, for me, rice-based foods always digest the easiest, and cream of rice tastes good as well. So the way I make it post-workout is I don't actually overcook it. I make it where it's still quite soft using a whisk, and then put it in fridge, let it settle, and that allows us to have texture that not only is it easier to eat, but digest much better. So for Meg, she has 125 grams of cream of rice, and we will have 40 grams away for Meg and 60 grams away for me as well. Now, one product I want to talk to you all about today is going to be the Digest Former Pro. Now, that is one product that I believe is a massive game changer for peak off-season and even prep. I'm a massive advocate that you can only eat what you can digest. Now, having great digestion is going to allow you to have much better nutrition uptake and prevent bloating or digestive issues down the line, which at times when food is extremely high in an off-season, it's pretty unavoidable as well. So that is why I think this is an invaluable supplement that you can add towards your arsenal. So we're going to get these done, and then it's time to go to the gym. So I actually ran out of shakers, so I'm doing a poor man's shaker, which is just an empty water bottle, which is 20 grams of pumpage, 5 grams of creatine, and 5 grams of glutamine. Now, I actually prefer to drink this just after a meal. Reason being, I think having creatine and glutamine alongside of a larger meal, which is my pre-workout meal, I think it does tend to actually improve not just the uptake of carbohydrates, creatine in it, but also glutamine is a great, great supplement for gut health. So I think it's a win-win situation where you get your pump formula in with your pre-workout meal and creatine and glutamine. So try it for yourself, guys. It's just my preference. Longer awaited post-workout meal, guys. 150 grams of cream of rice. This is the vanilla flavour, which is epic. 150 raspberries and 60 grams of Whey Iso Pro. This is the brand new flavour from Trained by GP Nutrition. The white chocolate hazelnut, which is amazing. Definitely one of my favourite flavours of all time. I'm a white chocolate man, I'm not going to lie. And this not only digests incredibly well, but it's also incredibly tasty, which is a rare thing to find with good quality Whey Iso products. Now, I've had a lot of messages from people saying that whey products actually give digestive issues. It is not the whey itself that gives digestive issues. In fact, whey isolate in itself is one of the most bioavailable proteins that you can actually ingest. It's the additions and additives that companies actually add to the whey products that often cause these digestive issues. So be mindful of what you have and the quality of produce that you have. The same with meat. You know, you wouldn't go to a supermarket that serves poor quality meat and buy meat from there. You just wouldn't do that. The same principle applies to supplements. I always opted for the best and the higher quality, and I'm fortunate enough to actually work with a company I truly believe in and I stand by, which is Trained by GP Nutrition. Now, if you're going to get yours, Kuba Cielen is a discount, remember that, guys. Now, Meg's post-workout meal. 40 grams of whey isolate, same flavour, 125 grams of cream of rice, and 100 grams of blueberries. She loves blueberries, so she gets blueberries. The queen gets what she wants, so I'm going to tuck into this now because I'm actually quite hungry, and my next meal is actually in an hour and a half. That's the consistency you want. You want it like Angel of Light. You don't want it too thick. The king. Welcome to the episode of MasterChef. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. Now, mushrooms. An amazing, amazing piece of veg. Tastes tremendous. And they do have a lot of micronutrients as well. So, plenty of vitamins, plenty of minerals, and they taste tremendous. Now, I actually have them with most of my meals. Small amount, but does the job. And with my eggs in the morning. They are delicious in an omelette. So, mushrooms is something I never go without. Probably my favourite food of all time, if I'm totally honest with you. And it's a great source of vitamins and minerals. So, my point now, guys, do not undervalue the power of real food. You can have all the multivitamins in the world, but ultimately, you can get all your vitamins and minerals from having a good, balanced, varied diet with plenty of fruit and plenty of veg. And one thing you'll notice whenever you watch my 4 days of eating, fibre intake, fruit and veg intake is high year round, both in off-season and prep. I think that's something that's extremely important for health, longevity, and performance, believe it or not. So it's a win-win situation where you are getting the performance benefits that you need, health benefits that you need, and taste. Because who does not like veg to a degree? Maybe I'm gonna have to rephrase that. But most people like veg prepared in a tasty way with your main meal. So why would you have a diet that is lacking not only micronutrients, but also lacking in variety and texture of food, which is just going to make it harder to eat? So for me, when I put effort into my food, it's a win-win situation because it's a bit of a love language for me, you know. I love cooking for people that I love. And we are getting macronutrients that we need, the taste, digestibility, which is a win-win situation to actually get the most out of the food, and we are eating performance. So we are eating towards our goals. Right guys, meal number 5. My meal has 225 grams of chicken raw weight, 100 grams of rice, 100 grams of veg. Meg's meal, a little bit less veg, 50 grams of veg, 50 grams of avocado, 75 grams of rice, and 125 grams of chicken. So super basic meals, but put together nicely, pan fried for taste, and prepared by me. So obviously gonna taste great. I am like the master chef in bodybuilding. So call me the Gordon Ramsay of bodybuilding. I wish I was kidding, but I'm actually semi-serious. Anyway, we're gonna get this in, and then we will start preparing meal number 6, which is a special meal. Full day of eating, meal number 6. Meg has got pancake stacks. So this is 30 grams away, 100 grams of egg whites, pumpkin, cream of rice, oats, banana, and this tastes delicious. It's made with love, obviously. Meal number 6 for me, guys. 200 grams of fillet steak, made by the wife, obviously, and my special muffin slash cookie dough. Now, there's a video of me actually making this step-by-step video as well. So if you want to get in on that, make sure that you check the video out on the channel. Now, I'm not going to get this out just yet because it is boiling hot, but I'm going to get it out once I do get the cloth back from Meg. So this is 100 grams of fruit, 50 grams of pumpkin, 30 grams of oats, and 70 grams of cream of rice, and 100 grams of egg whites. Baked to perfection and made to perfection. Now, we want it hard on the outside, right? But you want it quite fluffy and moist on the inside, which is perfect. Ideal. We'll let this cool down, put it in fridge, and then I will wait for my steak. Now guys, subscribe to the channel, support us, give us some love. Make sure you like the video and make sure you leave a comment below. Thank you so much guys, and peace out for now.